Formula Drift made a stop in Las Vegas, and Lady Luck was cruel to points leader Darren McNamara. Engine trouble in the Saturn Sky cleared the way for Chris Forsberg to jump to the top of the overall leaderboard. The final had two old rivals pitted against each other. Tanner Faust and Ryuji Miki posted the highest speeds of the event. Miki couldn't keep pace with Tanner, who maintained a perfect line and had his first victory in the Scion TC. Next stop, Seattle, Washington. This is the 5th year in a row drivers have come to do battle on Evergreen Speedway, and crowds here love the action. Will Chris Forsberg keep hold of his lead through the next stops, or can someone new rise up and take the reins on the overall championship? Find out on Formula Drift.
Everybody, and welcome to round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here at Evergreen Raceway. I'm Jared Deanna, and I'm joined by Ryan Sage. Now, Ryan, we have a packed house here, and you know what? We got some gray clouds looming, but not as gray as last year.
Well, last year was pretty crazy, Jared. We saw our first ever rain event, and we saw Reese Millen taking home the win there. Already this year, we've seen some insane things happening. Dai Yoshihara, a very scary moment for Formula Drift, an incredible crash. The car is not okay, but he is. And as we move into the competition, we literally have a mathematical battle for the championship with Chris Forsberg, Ryan Turk, Von Gittin Jr., Sam Lee Hubinet, McNamara, all able to take home the championship. As when we get into the round of 16, it'll be very important to see who comes out on top as we move on to Sonoma.
We have on our hands a serious contention for the championship. And as crazy as Monroe is, I gotta say, championship could be made or broken here today.
In Formula Drift, there are 3 judges officiating elements in the sport. The criteria is based on speed, angle, line, and style, or impact. This competition is a dogfight with competitors trying to outdo, outperform, and outmaneuver the other driver to show dominance in each of the successive laps. Both drivers get a chance to lead with the highest qualifier leading first. After 2 runs, the judges will pick the dominant driver. Judges can also call for a one more time if the runs are too close. Either way, majority rules, and whoever has the most votes moves on to the next round. Here's the perfect run, brought to you by Mazda. The drivers start outside the infield on the back straight. When the light turns green, both quickly blast towards the right-hand bank turn at speeds around 90 miles an hour. As soon as they hit the bank, they initiate drift, stepping their vehicles out early. Being aggressive, fast, and staying close to the wall keeps them in good with the judges and puts them right next to clipping point number 1 at the end of the bank. Transitioning off the bank, drivers enter the power alley, slowing their vehicles down progressively, maintaining speed and angle into the left-hand sweeper, nosing their vehicles nice and tight into clipping point number 2. Keeping their RPMs high, smoking their tires, drivers flick it around a hairpin, hitting the final clipping point, and then it's full throttle to the finish line. The round of 16 kicked off with top qualifier Ryan Turek versus Robbie Nishida. Right away, Turek appeared to be the dominant driver.
The second run behind Nishida, he wavered a tiny bit on the bank, just a slight mistake, but I just kept up to him, just right on his door the entire run, and I'm pretty sure that's what gave us the win.
Tanner Faust took on Von Gittin Jr., who maintained an aggressive line all day. In run 1, Tanner seemed to have the advantage, but JR's go-for-broke style in the second run forced a one more time. Tanner created a gap again in the next run. His only hope was to outrun the Falcon Ace, but in run 2, Gittin scraped the bank, giving him the win and a token to remember the battle.
That was planned. I told Ian, I'm like, look, we'll bounce off the ball. He's like, do it.
In the next heat, 2 Formula Drift newcomers, Eric O'Sullivan and Jodin Lejeune, squared off. O'Sullivan's aggressive style in the power alley led to a win and a chance to prove there's more than one rock star on the track. Tony Brakoiapa faced Ryuji Miki. In run 1, Tony kept a solid line, but Miki was right on him. Next run, Miki hit the wall and lost a bumper and the round. Brakoiapa advanced. Ross Petty had a good first run against Michihiro Takatori, but lacked angle in run 2, and they had to go again. The second time around, Petty put up a wall of smoke on the bank and kept on Takatori's door while chasing. Ross Petty is in the round of 8.
You know what we do. What up, pimpin'? No, they're false.
Point leader Chris Forsberg ran against the man he usurped, Darren McNamara. The Irish driver got too aggressive in the power alley and collided with Forsberg around the second turn.
We're coming into the bottom. I could just see me like sneaking in. All of a sudden, just boom, and he hit me right in the door.
Forsberg took the win. Engine trouble kept Ken Gucci from putting up any fight against Samuel Hübinette. The crazy Swede advanced. Yasu Kondo had a run-in with the inside wall while up against Tyler McQuarrie. That collision nearly caused a bigger wreck in the next run.
His bumper fell off, flew over my car, and then his hatch came off. So there's just all kinds of stuff flying, but we're moving on.
We've whittled it down from the top 16, and here we have the Great 8. Our first battle, Ryan Turk versus Vaughn Gittin Jr., which I promise, Ryan, will be a good one.
Well, Jared, these guys have been having a tremendous year. I mean, Ryan Turk in the hunt for the championship, Vaughn Gittin Jr. there as well, and what a great setup for the Great 8.
Here they go. Let's see how they initiate into the big bank.
And Ryan Turk in the lead on the bank. And Jared, this is such a critical part of the track.
Yeah, here we go. 70 miles per hour from Ryan Turk. Vaughn Gittin Jr. a little higher. And look at that. That nice dramatic swing as they come into the power alley. Ryan Turk a little closer to that clipping point.
Closer to the clipping point. JR was a little bit wide and off the clipping point, but JR is putting on a lot of pressure to Ryan Turk.
Vaughn Gittin Jr. ending the run with an exclamation point there.
As you can see right here, Vaughn Gittin Jr. nice and high on the bank. And again, that is such an important factor that the judges are looking for.
Now we're on the second run of this heat.
Vaughn Gittin Jr., as we said before, he is not afraid to put that car wherever he wants it, even if it means up against a wall. And right now, a nice initiation into the bank.
Vaughn Gittin Jr.